Hello everyone, welcome back. So we are learning Boolean algebra. So we have already seen in the last sessions the introduction to Boolean algebra. Then we learned how to write, how to draw a truth table for a particular given Boolean expression. And also we saw how to verify a particular given Boolean expression using truth tables. Then we saw the basic logic gates. And also in the last session, we learned the basic postulates of Boolean algebra. So today let's continue this, and we are going to see some basic laws or theorems of the Boolean algebra, and in the coming 3 to 4 sessions we are going to continue the same. Okay, so first thing, let's see what is basic theorems of Boolean algebra. Basic postulates of Boolean algebra are used to define basic theorems of Boolean algebra. Okay, so the postulates are nothing but they are like a building blocks. They are going to help us to define the theorems of Boolean algebra. Next thing is they provide all the tools necessary for manipulating Boolean expressions. Okay, so we need to remember these Boolean postulates or theorems or laws, because using them we are going to use them in many ways in order to reduce expressions, and they are going to be very helpful for us in future. Now these theorems may be used to construct Boolean algebra expressions. Okay. Now how are we? There is going to be certain statements in every law. How are we going to prove them? Now Boolean theorems can be proved by substituting all the possible values of the variables that are 0 and 1. Okay. Suppose we get a certain expression x plus 1 is equals to 1. Now, how are we going to prove this? Now, so for a particular variable x, we are going to take all the possible values. And we know that in a Boolean algebra, the possible values for a given Boolean variable is always 0 and 1. So that is how we are going to prove. Now, in order to prove this, for example, in order to prove this, I will take 0 as well as 1 in both the cases. And then I'm going to prove this. So doing this is nothing but proof by perfect induction. Okay, so the laws or the rules, whichever we are going to see, we are going to prove them. And how are we going to prove them? We are going to take all the possible values and we are going to prove. Now there is another way of proving. We can also use truth table to prove. So two methods. One is proof by perfect induction and another is truth table. Now what is this proof by perfect induction? Is nothing but it's a technique where we are going to substitute the value, all the possible values of a given variable. Then if we do use that method, then we call it as proof by perfect induction. Here you can see a definition of that. Proof by perfect induction is a method of proving Boolean theorems by substituting all the possible values of a variable, like I said before. I hope this is clear. So let's move on to the first rule. Rule, or we can also say properties of 0 and 1. Okay. So what is that? Here, as you can see, the first rule says that whenever we add or we OR, this is nothing but OR operator, whenever we OR 0 with any Boolean variable, we will always get the same variable. This is what the first properties of 0 and 1 says. So here you can see this is a symbol of OR operator. So whenever we are giving 0 and any variable as an input, we will get the output? It is always the same variable. Okay, we are going to prove all this. Next thing is, whenever we give input 1 and x to an OR operator, we will always get 1 as an output. Now this is what the second rule is saying. What is third rule is saying? Third rule is all about AND operations. Here it is saying whenever we give 0 and a variable as an input to the OR operator, we will always get 0 as the output. And if we give 1 and x as an input for an AND operator, then we will always get x as a output in an AND operator. Okay, so let's just go ahead and prove them. So how we are getting these? Is this correct for all the values of x and y? This is what we are going to see. First one, which is saying 0 plus x is equal to x. So how is that we are getting this value? See, suppose we are taking x as 0. I told you this, x is a Boolean variable. So we can have both 0 or 1 value for x. So first we are assuming that x is equal to 0. Then what will happen? So 0 plus x becomes what? So x, since x is 0, we are taking 0. So 0 plus 0 is 0. Whenever we do OR of 2 0, we will get 0, which is nothing but x here, isn't it? 0 is what? X. So we are getting x as a value, which is equal to RHS. Hence, we have proved it. I hope it is clear. I'll explain once again. We are taking what we are saying 0 plus x is x. Now, first thing we are saying x is equal to 0. So, what happens to this expression? 0 plus x becomes 0 plus 0, which is equal to 0, because we know from the OR operation, whenever we do OR of two zeros, we will get 0. Now, what is 0? 0 is nothing but x. Hence, we have proved this particular expression, isn't it? So now we took x as 0. Now what happens if it is 1? So let's take x as 1. So what is happening here? 0 plus x becomes 0 plus 1. 0 plus 1 is nothing but 1, because in OR operation or relation, whenever if either of the variable value is 1, then we will get the value 1, isn't it? Now what is this 1? 1 is nothing but x. So again we have proved that what is that? 0 plus x is equal to 1. Whether I take 0 or 1, the same value I am going to get on the right hand side. Clear? So here see the truth table for this one. I am taking 0, I am taking x. Now x value I am taking either 0 or 1. So whenever I am doing OR operation, 0 and 0 I am getting 0. 1 and 0 and 1 I am getting 1. Now this is nothing but this is equal to this, isn't it? So what is the value? So always 0 plus x is nothing but x. Hence we have proved. Clear? So let's prove the next one, which is, what was the next value? Next one was 1 plus x is equals to always 1. Now how is that? Let's take one. Let's take two values for x. First, if x is equals to 0, what happens? This expression becomes 1 plus 0, isn't it? Now 1 plus 0 is what? When we do OR operations of 1 and 0, what we will get? 1. So this is correct for x is equal to 0, isn't it? Next, let me take x is equal to 1. Now, when I take x is equal to 1, 1 plus x becomes 1 plus 1. And 1 plus 1 is what? Is always 1, which is again 1. So, both the places I am getting 1. Hence, this is proved. I hope it is clear. What was the next rule we found? That was for AND operation. What were those two rules? 0 into x is always 0. And another one was 1 into x is always 1, irrespective of values of x. Let's just take the first one, which is saying 1 into x is equal to 0. Let's prove this. Let me take x is equal to 0 first. Okay, so what happens then? 0 into, in the place of x, what will I write? 0. Now, whenever I do AND operation of 0 and 0, you know by the truth table of AND, we will always get 0. So, this is proved, isn't it? Let me take x as 1. So, what happens now when I take x as 1? So, look at this, 0 into x. So, 0 into x, I am taking 1. Still, whenever we do AND operation of 0 and 1, what we will get? We will always get 0. If either one value is 0, and when we do AND operation, we will get output as 0. So, here also we are getting 0. Hence, this is proved. Clear? Next, let's see this one. 1 into x is equal to 1. So, whenever, what it is saying, whenever we do AND operation of any variable with 1. Sorry, here it is not 1, here it is x. Sorry. So, 1 into x is always x. Okay. So, what is it saying? Whenever we do AND operation of any variable with 1, we will always get the same variable. So, let's see that. So, I'm taking 1 into x. Let me take x value as 0. So, what happens at that time? So, 1 will be 1 and I'm taking x as 0. So 0. So 1 into 0, 1 and 0 is always 0, which is nothing but x, isn't it? Why it is x? Because we took 0 as x here. So isn't it equal to x? So this is proved. Now what happens when x is equals to 1? So when it is x is equal to 1, 1 into what is the value of x? It is 1. So this becomes 1 and 1 is always 1, which is nothing but x. Why? Because x is, the 1 is x. We took x is equal to 1. So when we get an output 1, which is nothing but x. So this is equal to x. Here also we are getting the value x. Hence, this is also proved. So we have proved all the properties of 0, which is 0 plus x is always x. 1 plus x is always 1. 0 into x is always 0. 1 into x is always x. I hope this is clear. So let's just, so next we have idempotence law. Now what does this mean? Okay, this law states that when a variable combines with itself using or AND operator, the output is the same variable. So what is the meaning of that? Whenever a variable is combined with itself. So combining with itself means, see here x is there, x is there. We are taking the same variable using or and operator. So here we have used or operator, here we have used and operator. The output is the same variable. So output is the same variable. I hope the statement is clear. Okay, so what we are doing here, we are doing x or x, and we are doing x and x, but we are getting the same values. So that is the rule. This rule states that. So let's prove that. Let's see if it is true. So the very first thing is x plus x, or x, your plus means or operator. Okay, so let's first take x as 0. So what happens when we take x value as 0? Here it will become 0 plus 0, because we are taking x value 0. So 0 plus 0. In other words, 0 or 0 is always 0, which is nothing but x, because we have taken 0 as x. Okay, so this is proved here. Similarly, x is equal to 1. When we take, what happens? X plus 1 is nothing but 1 plus 1. This is nothing but 1, which 1 is nothing but x, isn't it? So this is also proved. So every value of x plus x is x. So we have proved this for OR operation. Let's just prove it for AND operation. So before that, have a look at this truth table. So we are taking x value. So 0, 0, 0, 1, the two values we are taking. So when we are doing OR operations, what happens? 0, 0, 0, 1, this becomes 1. Clear? So let's prove this for our AND operation. So how do we do that? So first let's take x is equals to 0. So what happens when I take x is equals to 0? Here this becomes 0 into 0. So now 0 and 0 is nothing but 0, right? So what is 0? 0 is nothing but x. So I have proved this for x is equals to 0. Let me just take x value as 1. So what happens? So x value is 1. So x and x I'm taking as 1 and 1. And 1 and 1 is nothing but 1 again. And this 1 is nothing but my x. So here again, I have proved that x into x, whatever the value may be, whether x is 0 or x is 1, I will always get x as the value. Okay, so idempotence law is clear, I am hoping. So this is the way you are going to prove in your exams also. So that's all in today's session, students. Thank you for watching.